welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the news at 10, broadcasting on Channels Television live from Lagos. Well, President Muhammadu Buhari today chaired the Peace and Security Council Committee meeting at the ongoing 25th African Union Summit in Johannesburg. While opening the high-level discussions, President Buhari drew the attention of the committee to the Boko Haram insurgency in northeastern Nigeria, which has impacted on Nigeria's neighbors, Niger and Chad.
Boko Haram has extended its reach to Nigeria's neighbors, but is not necessarily limited to these immediate countries, as terrorism is a global phenomenon with linkages across the globe. Given this dimension of global terror, it requires us to act accordingly in brotherhood and partnership to fight a common cause against agents of evil. I am pleased to note that Cameroon, Chad, and Niger are demonstrating of this spirit, are fighting side by side with Nigeria under the umbrella of the multinational joint force to defeat Boko Haram. In this regard, the member countries of Lake Chad Basin Commission and Benin met recently, where far-reaching decisions were taken to immediately put into operation the joint task force. To this end, the summit approved the immediate provision of the United States $30 million for the joint task force. Consequently, out of the pledge of the United States $100 million, which Nigeria made to multinational force, I have directed that the sum of United States $21 million be released within the next 1 week. Today's meeting of PSC, which is to discuss the situations of South Sudan and Burundi, requires us to put our deliberations in proper context. The peoples of these two countries are suffering while their political leaders are bickering among themselves. I believe that it is incumbent upon us as leaders to always place the interests of our country above narrow personal interests. It is therefore my expectation that at the end of this summit, the PSC will come out with a united message to call on all parties to act in the interests of their people.
Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari at the ongoing 25th AU Summit in South Africa. As the 6th Assembly in Anambra State commences its legislative duties, a female has again emerged as a speaker. In her acceptance speech shortly after her emergence, the Speaker, Honorable Rita Omanduagu, said the House will work with the executive and judiciary arms of the government to ensure peace and development in the state. Mrs. Rita Omanduagu is the third female speaker to be produced by the Anambra State House of Assembly.
Walking in is the clerk of the Anambra State House of Assembly, accompanied by his colleagues, to commence the day's business. Without wasting time, the session began with the clerk announcing that a member-elect take the seat of the Speaker of the state's 6th Assembly, and was seconded by a member representing Onitsha North 1 constituency, Honorable Chubo Nwezo.
Move and propose that a member-elect do take the chair of Speaker, Anambra State House of Assembly.
Will of God that I move the motion that Honorable Rita Omanduagu, member-elect, Nnewi South, take the chair as Speaker, Anambra State House of Assembly.
In the absence of other nominations, Honorable Rita Maduabu is declared the Speaker and immediately sworn in by the clerk.
That as the Speaker
of the House of Assembly,
I
will perform my functions honestly, to the best of my ability. Honorable Rita Maduabu is the Speaker-elect for the 6th Assembly, Anambra State House of Assembly.
Immediately, the new Speaker administers the oath of office to the members-elect in batches of 6.
So help me God.
So help me God.
The Speaker pledges a commitment to run a united House and ensure synergy with the executive and judiciary arms of government for a greater Anambra State.
I wish to assure the executive, the judiciary, and the entire citizens of Anambra State that the 6th Anambra State House of Assembly will partner with them within the tenets of democracy, principles, and the rule of law.
The State Governor, Mr. Willie Obiano, also advises the newly inaugurated members to work as a team, irrespective of party affiliation.
I urge you to see yourselves as part of this government and not as representatives of any political party in our government. Once a government is formed, party affiliations must recede to the background so that the people's interests can prevail.
The next sitting is thereafter adjourned till June the 18th.
Will be adjourned to 18th of June. Those in support say aye. Aye. The ayes have it.
The 6th Assembly in Anambra State has 30 members, including 4 women, with all vowing to give all necessary support to the Speaker.
A clean environment is one of many attractions for investors to any society. Now, to make this a reality in Oyo State, Governor Abiola Ajimobi has launched a waste-to-energy project aimed at generating 5 megawatts of electricity in its first phase. The governor explained that the project is to complement electricity generation in the state and also rid the environment of waste.
This is Ajakonga dump site in Oluyole local government area of Oyo State, southwest Nigeria. It is a place where waste collectors from parts of the state dump their solid waste. But a closer look at this dump site shows that the old method of waste management remains the order of the day, which is not environment friendly. For this reason, the state governor, Abiola Ajimobi, decided to initiate a waste-to-energy project, which, according to him, will help sustain the environment, improve government revenue, create jobs, and increase electricity supply in the state.
The report of a committee of eminent professionals set up by my administration to look into the immediate and remote causes of the perennial flooding problem fingered the solid waste menace as one of the major culprits. The project being launched today is the catch-all deliverable from all our efforts in this regard. Against this backdrop of several failed attempts, the current administration left no stone unturned in ensuring the viability and sustainability of this venture into the waste-to-energy initiative.
Governor Ajimobi explained that the project will be driven by public-private partnership initiatives.
The privatization of solid waste collection will enhance the positive impact of the environmental transformation program of the state through sustained environmental cleanliness and reduction in public health hazards.
And for the General Manager, Ibadan Solid Waste Management Authority, Mr. Joseph Alabi, the money spent on maintaining the dump site can now be diverted into other uses.
These wastes that are generated can be turned to useful materials. The gas, that is the biogas, that will generate electricity, fertilizers, we recycle some of the recyclable items. That's the use. This will go a long way to generate employment for our people.
This initiative, it is believed, will improve the lives of the people and enhance the environmental transformation program of the state government.
A great achiever who has taken the people of Oyo State.
And tapping into the huge prospect in the maritime industry can be another way to improve government revenue and create jobs in the country. For this reason, the Delta State Governor, Ifeanyi Okowa, says the state government will support the Maritime University located in the state to help boost the economy. Governor Okowa said this when the Director General of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA, Patrick Akpobulokemi, paid him a visit at the government house in Asaba, the state capital. The NIMASA boss also took time to inspect projects at the university.
A team from the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA, and members of the Governing Council of the Nigerian Maritime University during a courtesy visit to the Delta State Governor, Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, to seek his support for the first maritime university in Nigeria. Desirous of building a diversified economy, Governor Okowa pledges to assist the agency in its quest to improve the maritime industry through education.
I also wish to extend my thanks to the federal government of Nigeria for giving peace to site the first Nigerian Maritime University in Delta State. I want to thank you for the grace, and I want to reassure you that the state government will obviously partner with you in ensuring the rapid development of the university.
And from the Delta State Governor's house in Asaba, the team moves to Okere Nkoko in Warri. Gathered in this mini stadium are the people of the Okere Nkoko community. They are here to welcome the team from NIMASA, government officials, and the staff of the university. For the federal government, citing the projects in the community is also aimed at taking development to the people at the grassroots.
Everything is going in accordance with plan. We're quite impressed. We are not behind schedule. God willing, we are going to fund this project. This year, we want this school to start academic session, and that is what we are working towards.
We thank His Excellency President Jonathan for what has happened. We also believe that His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari, who has, talked a lot about his, stressing on education and educational issues, will look favorably on this institution. I believe we will also use it as something to add additional feather to his cap, because it's a great thing happening here, and the maritime studies all over the world help a lot in the economy of nations. And he has stressed a lot about the economy of Nigeria, and this is one place that I know President Muhammadu Buhari will look kindly at to be able to reap and better the economy of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
The project is seen as a giant stride taken by the federal government that will ultimately impact positively on the maritime industry in the country and the well-being of the people.
A group of human rights activists have complained about the continued discrimination against people living with albinism, as they call on the government to make laws that will protect their fundamental human rights. Although the group acknowledged that discrimination against albinos in Nigeria is not as serious when compared to other African countries, they urged the government to take proactive steps towards protecting their rights. They are also requesting the government to make treatment of people living with albinism free across the country.
The network of people living with albinism walking through the streets of Abuja the weekend to create public awareness about the need to protect their rights. At a press conference after the march, organizers call on the government to end all forms of discrimination against albinos.
People with albinism are just as deserving of dignity as every human being. They have the right to live free from discrimination, deprivation, and fear.
Everyone has a right to a life of dignity, irrespective of status, race, sex, whatever. So if persons living with albinism forms a minority in Nigeria, you have a right to associate your organization and then be part of the society.
Meanwhile, some legal experts in the group say the laws can only become effective when the public assist by giving genuine information.
Where such discrimination comes up, they should be able to make a case for themselves. They should be able to let the necessary authorities know what is happening. Our offices are open to them. They can come up to us so that we can take up whatever legal aspect we need to use to fight such discrimination or whatever on behalf of them.
Apart from issues of rights, the group also appealed to government for free medical care for members.
We need this government to continue the treatment of persons with albinism at all the teaching hospitals for free, not only the national hospital. Sokoto cannot continue to come to Abuja. Maiduguri cannot continue to come to Abuja. Port Harcourt cannot continue to come to Abuja. Calabar cannot continue to come to Abuja. We need these. The agreement we had with Ministry of Health was that this treatment was going to be in 6 geographical zones.
The International Albinism Awareness Day is celebrated globally to remind governments and the public of the need to end discrimination against albinos and protect their rights.
Still ahead on the news at 10, information system analysts tasked the federal government on a centralized database. That's on Business News. Please join us again.